So now we're going to talk about random sampling. Random sampling is a method or sampling method of choosing representatives from the population wherein every sample has an equal share or equal chance of being selected. Example, if your study is all about the Philippines, so you're not going to ask every people in the Philippines. However, you're just going to choose people from different places in the Philippines, and the people that you're going to choose is the sample. And how you're going to choose those people is what we call this random sampling. The random sampling is something wherein every sample has an equal chance of being selected, so there's no bias in it. So the population includes all of its elements from a set of data, and a sample is it consists of one or more data drawn from the population. So for example, if your study is all about the Philippines, the people in the Philippines, so the whole population, yung lahat ng tao sa Philippines is the population. However, the sample is if you're going to choose only, even though it's in Philippines, but you're just going to get from people from Luzon. So yung people from the Luzon are the sample because they are the actual persons you've asked for your survey. So example, if your study is all about the whole school, so yung whole school is the population. However, if you choose only grade all students in grade 9, so that's the grade all students in grade 9 is the sample. Next, there are types of random sampling. It's random sampling. There are types. How are you going to do it? The first one is simple random sampling. Simple random sampling is it's based on ladder or table of random samples, random numbers, samples of random numbers. So example, if your study is all about the grade 9, tapos kasi wala kang pera, so kaunti lang kukunin mo, instead 100 ang grade 9, so kukunin mo lang is 50. So paano mo malalaman kung sino yung 50? You could do the lottery or the table of random sampling, random number. So lottery, lahat ng 100 isusulat mo sa paper, tapos ibubunot mo na lang kung sino yung sample mo. So ibig sabihin nun kasi bunot-bunot siya, so there is a fair chance na yung bawat isa ay mapili. Next, the systematic random sampling is selecting based on the kth interval. So k is equal to n, capital N over n. So this is the number of population and this is the number of samples. So example niyan is yung 100 na grade 9, pipili ka lang ng 50. So paano mo pipiliin yung 50? For systematic random sampling, ang una mong gagawin is yung 100 i-divide mo by 50. Yung lahat-lahat na population divided by the sample, number of samples. So 100 divided by 50 is 2. Next mo gagawin is isulat mo lahat ng pangalan ng 100, tapos you're going to count by 2. So 1, 2. So yung na-count mo ng 2, yun siya ang yung sample or respondent. So another, after ni 2, 3, 4. So ika-4 kasi 1, 2, 1, 2. Every 2, yun siyang pipiliin mo. So next is the stratified random sampling. Divided by population by strata, the number of samples will be proportionately peaked in each stratum. That is why all strata are represented in the samples. For example nito is if you study high school students. So kapag high school students, pipili ka sa grade 9, pipili ka sa grade 8, pipili ka sa grade 9, grade 7, grade 8, grade 9, and grade 10. Ibig sabihin, alam mo kung sa grade 7, marami sila, so 20. So, kapag grade 8, kaunti lang sila, so 10 lang. So, however, kukuha ka sa bawat grade level. So, the grade level is the strata. Yung pag-divide mo, pwede rin per boys and girls. So, ang boys and girls are the strata. Kukuha ka sa boys, kukuha ka rin sa girls. Next is almost the same with the stratified random sampling is the cluster sampling. The cluster sampling is selecting by dividing the population by cluster or groups, then a cluster is randomly selected. So, ibig sabihin yan, for example, lahat, high school students, tapos boys and girls, pero ang pinili mo lang lahat ng boys, or pipili ka lang lahat sa boys. So, that's the one example. Another example is when you're going to choose high school students, so grade 7, grade 8, grade 9, grade 10. So however, ang yung respondents lang is grade 10 by lottery, binunot mo grade 7, grade 8, grade 9, grade 10. Ang nabunot mo is grade 10, so lahat na ng grade 10 na students yung respondents. That's still random sampling. So there are also the non-probability sampling. Non-probability sampling is the sampling with which each sample doesn't have equal chance. So it's there are two kinds: the convenience sampling and the purposive sampling. So convenience sampling is when you are going to choose kung sino mas malapit, which is easy. Yung mga respondents na easy lang. Halimbawa, kung grade 7 ka, so kukunin mo lang lahat yung sa classroom nyo kasi mas madali yun. So hindi ka nakakuha sa ibang section. That's convenient sampling kasi convenient na siya kasi mas madali lang, so that's convenient. Next, purposive sampling. Purposive sampling is you're going to choose the respondents which you think that would answer your which you really think that would answer your study. Ibig sabihin, just like example, if your study is all about the children of OFW, so you're just going to choose only those persons who are children of OFW, so that's easy. Next, the we're going to talk about after that is the parameter in the statistic. So parameter in statistics are different. So parameter is the measure that is used to describe the population. So this is the population mean, population standard variance, population standard deviation. These are the symbols, the mu and the sigma. So next, the statistics and measure that is used to describe the sample. So this is x bar, the sample mean, the sample variance is the sample standard deviation. So these are the symbols. Ibig sabihin nito, they're for the parameter and these are the statistics. So measure that is used the population. So ibig sabihin, alam mo kung mean ng lahat ng tao sa Pilipinas, that's parameter. Pero alam mo yung pinili mo lang is Tagaluzon, so yung mean noon is just a statistic kasi hindi yun siya ang population. Alam mo, lahat ng grade, kinuha mong average ng lahat ng grade 7, so that's population. However, pag halimbawa if grade 7 siya pero ang pinili mo lang is itong section, so that's a statistic because you did not get all of the grade 7. Next is to solve for it. Let's solve for the mean, variance, and standard deviation. So example, this is the population. Population siya, ibig sabihin, there are only 5 students in your study. So 5 students na sila. So these are the score, 5, 7, 6, 8, and 5. Si student 1 nakakuha siya ng 5. Si student 2, 7. Si student 3, 6. Si student 4, 8. Student 5, 5. So this is the x. So ibig sabihin yan, this is the x. So x, we need to get the summation of x. So 5 plus 7 plus 6 plus 8 plus 5 is 31. So 31. So 31, let's get the x minus the mean, population mean. So this is, again, this is parameter, and this is also parameter. This is parameter. So 31. So 31, let's get na muna the mean. So 31, the summation of x is 31. Ilan yan sila lahat? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So 5. So 31 divided by 5. 31 divided by 5 is 6.2. So 6.2. So x minus mean. So 5 minus mean na 6.2 is negative 1.2. So 7 minus 6.2, that's 0.8. 6 minus 6.2, negative 0.2. 8 minus 6.2, that's 1.8. 5 is the same, negative 1.2. So square natin ito. 1.8 muna natin. 8 square. That's, sorry, negative 1.2 square is, sorry, it's raining, negative 1.44. 0.8 square is 0.64. 0.2 square is 0.04. 1.8 square is 3.24. This is positive already, sorry. So 1.2 square again is 1.44. So let's add them. 1.44 plus 0.64 plus 0.04 plus 3.24. That's 6.8. So 6.8. So this is the summation of x minus mu squared is 6.8 divided by n, which is 5. So divide by 5, it's 1.36. So the variance is 1.36. To find the standard deviation, all you have to do is square root of 1.36. Square root of 1.36, that's 1.16 or 1.17 to round off, sorry. So that's the population mean, population variance, and the population standard deviation. So what we're going to do now is we're going to get samples. So the sample would be only, let's choose from the 3, let's choose only 2. So let's use the systematic random sampling. So systematic random sampling, kunin muna natin ang k, which is n over, and so ang k, the population is 5. Ang kukunin lang natin is 3. So 5 divided by 3 is 5 over 3 or 1.67 or 2. 1.67 or 2. So 1, 2. So student 2, kukunin natin score na 7. 1, 2. So si 4 na naman, which is 8. Ang score ni 4 is 8. 1, 2. So 1, 2. 1, 2. So ito siya, 1, 2. So si 1. So 1 is, the score is 5. So get the mean, the sample mean. 7 plus 8 plus 5. Summation is 20. So 20 divided by n, which is 20 divided by n na 3. So 20 divided by 3 is 6.67. So the population mean is 6.2, but the sample mean is 6.67. So 7 minus 6.67, 0.33 square, that's 0.1089. Next, 8 minus 6.67 square, 1.7689. Square root down. Ano yung answer kanina? 1.33. So 5 minus 6.67, that's negative 1.67 squared, it's 2.7889. Plus natin to, plus 1.7689 plus 0.1089. Sorry if you could not see that. So that's it. It's 4.6667. So 4.6667 divided by n minus 1. So the formula changes from capital N. Here it became n minus 1. So capital N plus n minus 1. So n minus 1, the n is 1, 2, 3. 3 minus 1, which is 2. So 4.6667 divided by 2, it's 2.33335. So the variance is 2.3335, the sample variance. So the square root of that, 2.33335, that's the standard deviation. So square root of it's 1.53 for rounded off. So that's the sample standard deviation. Sample mean, sample variance, sample standard deviation. This is what population mean, population variance, population standard deviation. So these are the parameter. This is the statistic. So we're going to proceed with the steps in making, or to follow in making, a sample distribution of the sample mean. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to find the number of possible samples. So the number of possible sample is solved by the formula capital N factorial over small n factorial n minus n factorial. So this is the capital N, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So n is equals to 5, small n is 3. So 5 factorial over 3 factorial minus 5 minus 3 factorial. So this is 5 times 4 times 3 times 2 times 1 divided by 3 factorial, which is 3 times 2 times 1. Tapos, so 5 minus 3, that's 2 factorial. 2 factorial is 2 times 1. So, pwede natin makancel yan. Ito rin. Ito, you can cancel 1 sa baba. So, 4. So, 5 times 4, 20 divided by 2, which is equal to 10. So, 10 is the possible random sample. So 10. So dito 10 yan siya. So to make sure na 10 siya, so ang gagawin natin, 'di ba? Sampling distribution of 3. Tapos ito siya ang mga sample. So gagawin natin, mag-choose tayo ng mga sample. 1 2 3, 1 2 4, parang mga code, 1 2 5, tapos 1 3 3, 1 3 4, 1 3 5, tapos 1 4 5, 1 4 5. Next 2 times let's start with 2 2 3 4 2 3 5, tapos 2 3, it's not 2 3, tapos ang 2 3 2 4 5, tapos ang 2 4 5, 3 naman tayo, 3 4 5, 3 4 5 lang, 3 2 1, 3 2 1, meron ng 1 2 3. So ito siya, 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9, 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 10. So why is it 10? 11. So it's 11. So there's something wrong in here. So let's check muna kung anong mali natin. May mali pala tayo dito. Dito pala 1 2 3. So this is wrong. Sorry. So that's why you need to solve for the number of random samples so that you would know what is wrong. So kailangan na 10 lang ang sample. So sobra. So we need to check. So what we're going to do is we're going to get the mean. So 1 plus 2 plus 3 divided by 3. So 1 plus 2 times 3. Plus mo ito. Tapos divide mo by ilan sila? 3 sila. So divide by 3. So 1 plus 2 plus 3 divided by 3. That's 2. 1 plus 2 plus 4 divided by 3. That's 2.33. 1 plus 2 plus 5 divided by 3, 2.67. 1 plus 3 plus 4 divided by 3, it's 2.67. 1 plus 3 plus 5 divided by 3, it's 3. So 3. 1 plus 4 plus 5 divided by 3. 1 plus 4 plus 5 divided by 3, 3.33. 2 plus 3 plus 4 divided by 3, it's also 3. 2 plus 3 plus 5 divided by 3, 3.33. 2 plus 4 plus 5 divided by 3, that's 3.67. 3 plus 4 plus 5 divided by 3, that's 4. Next, construct a frequency and probability distribution table. So, construct a frequency. So let's have 2, but this in here, the smallest is 2, followed by 2.33, 2.67, plus 3, 3.33, 3.67, and 4. Next is the frequency. Ilan ang 2? 1. Ang 2.3, 33, 1, 1 pa rin. So, 2.67, 1, 2. Ang 3, 1, 2. 3.33, dalawa rin. 3.67, isa. Ang 4, isa. So, the total should be 10. And the probability, it's 1 over 10 because it's 1. So, total, diba 10? So, 1 over 10, 1 over 10, 2 over 10, 2 over 10, 2 over 10, 1 over 10, 1 over 10. So 1 over 1 over 10, 1 over 10. So that's the frequency and probability distribution table. So if you're going to form a histogram, so sorry if you did not see the other part. So 2, ilan ang 2? 1. So bilangin nyo lang muna again 2 frequency. To get the frequency, bilangin nyo ilan ng 2, ilan ng 2.33, ilan ng 3.33, 1, 2, ang 3.67, isa, ang 4, isa. So note, after nyan, if you're going to add, that's the total number of frequency, 10, and then probability is itong 1, denominator 10. So 1 over 10, 1 over 10, 2 over 10, 2 over 10, 2 over 10, 1 over 10, 1 over 10. To make an histogram, ang gagawin nyo lang is ganito. So the values here are 2, 2.33, 2.67, 3, 3.33, 3.67, saka 4. Tapos dito naman, ang values ng probability is 1 over 10, saka 2 over 10. Dalawa lang sila, diba? So 1 over 10, 2 over 10. So ang gagawin mo lang, diba sa 2, it's 1 over 10, so hanggang dito lang. So sa 2.33, let's make it bigger. So 2.33, 1 over 10 rin. 2.67, naging 2 na siya. Sa 3, 2 pa rin. Sa 3.33, 2 over 10. Sa 3.67, saka 4, 1 over 10. So 1. So this is 2 gram. So that's how you're going to make a sample distribution of the sample mean.